I'm with David Minsky from Tel Aviv, and you were part of a group of Palestinians and Israelis that went to Finland. Why did you go to Finland?
We were looking forward to just get to meet the people and congregations that support our ministry here with King's Kids. So it was basically an organized tour of meeting key churches that are interested in our work and would like to perhaps invest in that.
Now, you went with Palestinian and Arab believers, and of course, you've been Israeli. What was that like for you?
Well, we had one Israeli Arab girl that I've known for 2 years already. We've worked together. She's also now on the leadership team. And like the experience with her was just like any other experience. We became really good friends since we served together in Germany and in Brazil last year. It was really nice to have her back and just like enjoy another time outside of the country. As for the Palestinian guy, it was Nabil, a very, very, very old friend that I didn't get to see for almost 6 years. And it was really like I didn't know what to expect. We haven't seen each other for a long time, and I was a bit nervous about our meet in Finland. But everything like it was just natural. It was as if those 6 years didn't happen at all.
Mm.
And yeah, it was really really cool to be together again and remember like the past and how we grew up together.
And of course, part of the reason why you haven't been able to meet is because he couldn't come to Jerusalem with being Palestinian, and you've also been in the army as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so basically, since he was 16, he had a bit of trouble getting permissions to cross checkpoints and come to Jerusalem. And on the other hand, I wasn't allowed as an Israeli to go into the West Bank. And later, because I joined the army, I couldn't really at all come near the West Bank if I had no reason to be there. So yeah, this basically led to a few years of not being connected at all. I think he had the feeling also that he couldn't speak to me because I was in the army, even through Facebook. But some years ago, we just got back in touch through Facebook and we started talking again. And yeah, it was like really fun to at last feel free to meet together.
Mm. Now, being with Palestinian and Arab believers, they often have a different point of view on the land. Did you get the chance to share and debate about the different points of view?
Well, I don't think it was our main goal to get into such discussions. I know that because I trust the friendship that I have with this girl who is an Arab Israeli and my friendship with Nabil, I think that I really, really wanted to get to a point where we could talk about things. And eventually it just happened. It was, I think it just sprung out of concern for what's happening on the other side. And Nabil wanted to see a bit of how the army behaves and how it trains its soldiers, and to get some of the basic ideas that he had as a Palestinian uh, in a correct way. On the other hand, I was really concerned with the way Palestinians see the government, the way the government on the West Bank is dealing with, for example, basic wage, which in my opinion is a very important matter. And yeah, for me, it was a privilege to have Nabil, who is also an independent journalist, and he has a very clear point of view on things, and he can really expose things as they are. And we really enjoyed sometimes of just sharing about each other's side. But we also had some debates concerning the term Palestinian, for example, which this girl, she is an Israeli Arab, but her family was here before 48. So in her mind, in her identity, she feels also that she has a Palestinian identity. And that was something that was very, very clear to me, and I never saw a problem with that. And I really respected that she was able to say that. But I think that for Nabil it was a bit difficult sometimes to accept the fact that she referred to herself as a Palestinian because she had an Israeli ID.
Mm.
And yeah, and I also wanted to see his point of view and how he sees what is a Palestinian to him, because also my great grandfather was born in Yafo, and when he moved to Argentina, in his ID it was written that he was from Palestine.
Mm.
So he's a Palestinian Jew.
So basically, a Jew is a
Yeah.
Palestinian as well as an Arab, isn't it?
So it was like three Palestinians from three different points of view, trying to debate on the term Palestinian and what it means to us. And yeah, it was like I think I tried more to make ends meet, trying to just note that Palestinian isn't really related to the ID, is more of an identity.
Mm.
It's more connected to the people, their heritage, their tradition, and yeah, I hope I did a good job. I hope I didn't cause too much fighting on the subject.
Did you learn a lot about Palestinian life and culture as well? You know, you're not allowed to go into the Palestinian Authority, so you don't really know what life is like there. For instance, the government, the living wage, and travel restrictions. How difficult it is for a Palestinian to travel backwards and forwards. Was there a lot of learning from that?
Of course. I think I've only been exposed to one side of the Palestinians, just by being in the army and the different interactions that we had. But I was wearing green, and I was like representing the position of my country. I was basically under orders. So this was a time to a bit more understand how the people feel and how, like, what's the main opinion or idea in the West Bank, of how things are working, and even like stuff like the peace process and how Palestinians see that, and of course their history in light of this piece of land being under the Ottoman Empire and also under the British and under the Jordanian side. It's all been like a really good history lesson, and also like it's something that I'm interested in understanding, like the new identity of the Palestinian, like after Israel was became a state. And I think I got a pretty good view of that.
Did the trip make your bond and relationship stronger?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We didn't see each other for a long time, and like I said, I was very worried about how things might work, given the fact that we had very, very different courses of life, and me being in the army, and Nabil also being affected by the conflict on a personal level on his family. But I think that we discovered that we have the same goal in life, and our unity is not based upon agreement on ideology or opinion. We understand that we might differ in the ways we see things, but for us, our faith in God was basically the connecting point. Our struggle together to make a change through Jesus was more important to us than making a point, or and I think we both were just ready to accept each other, and yeah, and like having shared so much growing up, I think we just didn't want to lose that over opinions.
Yeah. So is there going to be more of a bond of meeting together in the future and making sure that you don't lose contact again?
Well, I definitely hope so. We agreed that we would start looking up for places where we can meet. We even thought a bit out of the box and said, well, maybe this is the way that things should be, like meeting outside of the land. And I don't know, maybe we can plan some travel together, just the two of us, and who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is reconciliation possible between Palestinians and Israelis?
It's hard. It's hard. I think it all depends on how open is one side to see the other. I don't believe that opinion or ideology will make a change. I believe that the only change comes when we see things on a different light, especially if we share the same faith and try to see God's purposes before our own. That said, I would add that maybe a true reconciliation will not come out of peace process or talks. It needs to come from something that connects all the different sides together, and that needs to be something as strong as God. Nothing else.
And what's your prayer finally for Palestinians in the land?
My
Prayer for Palestinians in the land.
Palestinians in the land. Wow. I think that I would be more open to prayer on the basic subjects of life in the West Bank and the basic conduct of the government with money that is donated to help the people. I think that it's a very important matter just to give the people a chance to live in an honorable way. And I think that many people, just out of the struggle and the political issues, forget that. I think more people pray about the other side understanding God purposes for the Jewish people than for the basic needs of the people. And yeah.
Okay, David. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.